Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends, and today we have a very special guest with us, none other than Mobilegamer. I'm sure some of you on my channel know who he is, but how's it going? Yeah, we just did a video on your channel, and hopefully we'll have both of them kind of out at the same time, so we can watch both, talking about some of our most favorite characters, or in this case, I think we're talking about the characters that most surprise us. Is that what the theme of this video is? Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's two characters in particular on my list that I heard they were good, and then I didn't really get it, and I was like, and then I was disappointed, and then when I actually paired them up correctly and started using them correctly, I went, "Oh, I get it now." That's one of those things.
So characters that are great, but we didn't really realize the value of them until later. Does that get it?
Right? Yeah, I think that's it.
So we're going to be doing a couple of characters from each side, but before we get started, I do want to remind people, and I think this is like yours too, we have Karato Fox Hunter by using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen or in the link in the description down below, and I also have 3 amazing free epics: Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fane at account level 10, 20, and 30. So those are really nice there, and I'm going to use a different promo code, and I know Mobilegamer is not going to like this, but we're going to be talking about the promo code Demon Slayer for Tholan Falbeard of the Dwarf faction within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. This is a character that I use in my Demon Lord clan boss team, and I am using him pretty much every single day. So I have to include this one here. This is Wukong, but I'll just say that. Both great champions, of course, but I do love Tholan. Yes. I'm using him every single day. So let's get started
I do love Tholan, by the way.
I'm using him. Yeah, he's great. I think
he went bonkers. He went bonkers for me in Hydra recently. So yeah.
He's not on this list. He's not in this video, but I do use him every single day. So I want to start off with my first, and I've already done a video about this before, but I have to bring it up because honestly, this was one of those moments where I didn't believe why he was so good until I did it.
Yeah.
And he really pushed up my gameplay, and that's Fahrakin the Fat. He seems so basic of a character, like his A3 beatdown, but I guess it was like the crit rate's good too, but a lot of my DPS already had 100% crit rate, but it was that 30% crit damage buff, I think, that really and the assists, of course, too, but like that crit damage really helped too. So I was using him and I put him into my Demon Lord boss team, and this really pushed up my damage probably a good 20 to 30 million, like I'm not joking, across my entire team. So that it does reduce some damage that the other allies take, of course. And it's not even, this helps a little bit, the A2 sometimes, but the defense down is great. But it's really shockingly just the beatdown that, I don't know, really pushed up my numbers, at least for me, quite significantly. So I do want to kind of bring up my clan boss team that I am using on mine. So my Demon Lord team over here, if I can find it, my Ultra Nightmare. This one here. So I did 70.4 on a sim. I'm using Hotatsu, Michinaki, which we talked about on your video.
Yep.
Esther Dreamsong, who we also talked about on your video.
Tholan.
Fahrakin the Fat and Tholan Falbeard. So Tholan's my main DPS for that and Michinaki. They're kind of going up. And he's boosting that crit damage for everyone here. And so I guess that pushed up my numbers enough. And it wasn't until I saw screenshots from my clanmates, they were like, you should really do this. Like, that's going to help you get to the 1 key. And it did get me to the 1 key. And I was super happy. I did a video about this. And he's an epic, right? We talked about how good some epics can be because, not to mention they're easier to book, but there's a lot of amazing epics in Raid that kind of are on par with, or better than some legendaries, right?
So there's 2 other places that I use him where he's been very useful. And that is the Fire Knight dungeon, which is a total hassle. It's the biggest pain in the ass, and that A3, you have to use that because it's all, especially if you're using characters that have multi hits on their A1. This might, you could do this, and this will knock down 10 stacks on Fire Knight if you're using the right champions with him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have him and Lady Mikage, then you're just set. But anyways,
Mikage is like, if you want to get serious about Fire Knight, you probably shouldn't even think about it until you have Mikage.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Shogun. I recently just was able to do the hardest stage of Shogun. Shogun 25.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
That's also a Mikage Fahrakin the Fat show. but for some reason his passive, like click on his passive.
Yep.
I don't know why, but Shogun will target him and he won't die and the damage gets spread out because something happens in the Shogun where if he dies, the whole team explodes. And I didn't read the mechanics too closely on that battle, but I know this is what's saving me.
Yeah. Just a really great champion all around. And you know what's good about epics is that I think we mentioned this on yours too. Like over time, I think you will pick up this character. You will probably get most epics, you know, over the course of your gameplay. You know, if not now, you will soon eventually. And this one is one of the best.
And there's more. The basic has defense down, right?
Yeah,
Percent
that's good to
chance
have.
defense out.
Yeah,
That's great. And then the A2 has what, bleed and HP burn. Yeah.
And I've actually managed to get this really good relic, actually, the Skull of Treason.
Woo.
So this was recently. I think it was given. No, sorry. So how I got this was I managed to get.
You got it with a 4.
Yeah.
You took it up to 4. Holy moly!
I managed to get this because I unlocked all of the characters from the Chaos Awakes, and you get this for free for unlocking all the special characters.
My God.
So the HP burn debuff placed deals 10% more damage against bosses, basically enemies with higher max HP. So all bosses. It's accuracy. And I got these like free gemstones, honestly, which are pretty cool too. Increases the wearer's chance of placing debuffs with their default skill, so that defense down in the A1. Anyways, this is kind of like special stuff, but they all slot into the Skull of Treason. That I got all of this with that. So yeah, really good relic on him, I think.
Yeah, I've gotten so much use out of this guy. He's quite good for sure.
So that's going to be my number 1 pick. Yours, though, we do have. Let's see here. Well, I think I know who it is.
Go to Whisper, which is out of the Knight's Revenant.
I don't have her, so I'm going to have to go into the index for this. So we're going to go into Knight's Revenant. Right. She's an epic.
So this was Whisper, a champion that I was using on my Demon Lord team, and then I backed away from her. And so this is a kind of interesting thing. I go to the passive here. And 10% chance extra turn. Okay, fine. Now look at the A3. The A3 is where it's at right here.
Grants an extra turn if they're under decreased defense and weaken. So that's okay. Yeah.
So this was kind of a hassle to set up, and I was using like Mitch, and then her basic can do weaken. But her A2 is because it has the ignore. It would ignore defense if
that's 100% ignore
buff. Yes,
wow.
It's like it is so much damage. I can't explain how much damage she does. And so I kind of forgot about her. Like I think it was that, oh, she's an epic. You just got to, it's situational, single target damage. What happened was I got Lydia, and Lydia was as one of those champions, and she's under Dark Elves.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Dark Elves. And so she's, one of the best champions in the game. You get her by finishing faction wars. And I don't want to get into all of her kit because there's a lot of stuff really good, but it's this right here.
The A2.
And this is the A2, which on a 3-turn cooldown is speeding up the team, putting strength in, putting weekend, and decreased defense. It's basically, this is why Lydia is important, because she does all of this. And this is happening every 3 turns. But Lydia is going to go first, and she's going to open with this and put the decreased defense and weaken, and then that is going to allow Whisper to attack again. And I've seen Whisper hit like 3 turns in a row, just boom, boom.
So
boom,
what gear set are you running Lydia with, if you don't mind me asking? Do you know what she has? Like, are you using a relentless or anything that like triggers extra turns on top of that? Like, is that?
No, I'm running. For me, it was just I'm running just a high crit damage. I'm not even going any specific set, but yes, you could go down that road. But like I've used her to beat the Cursed City boss, Amius.
I haven't even done that yet. So oof.
Oh yeah, I'm using her against Shogun. I'm using her in Chimera. I'm using her I feel like I'm using her like everywhere, but she wasn't that great until I got Lydia, and Lydia does so many different things. We can talk about Lydia for a second if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Lydia's bonkers, mostly because of the A2 special, but then her passive is kind of interesting too, because
it has an enemy revive attempts.
So that's super useful in arena against some Wukong. And then which also is not like it even works from the graveyard, and then she revives herself. Or if you have somebody dead on your team and some Wukong tries to revive, this will proc and it'll
Yeah.
revive your teammate instead.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
Okay. That's
you
crazy.
know, tag arena is kind of annoying.
Yeah, I don't have enough champions to like. It's not fun. I don't find it fun.
Okay.
But
So I have basically my tag arena is solely about Sun Wukong. So I look to see if my opponent is running a Sun Wukong, and I have a singular anti Sun Wukong team, which includes Fabian
yeah.
and this guy, and that goes into this slot. And then my Sun Wukong avoids those champions. So my tag arena strategy solely revives around me using my Sun Wukong in favorable matchups where they don't have an anti-Sun Wukong character, and then using Lydia plus Fabian against Sun Wukong teams. And that's my tag arena strategy. And it makes it a lot easier.
I mean, she is an amazing champion, and I am definitely working to, get her unlocked. I'm actually not too far. I'm at about, I think, 840 stars out of 940 or something like this. So I'm not far.
You're close, yeah.
But yeah. I also don't want to level up like garbage champions just to get it done. But
I'm one of those. You're going to have to. And I hate to say, you say you're at 840,
yeah,
which means you're like 30% done with it.
it's like the top. It's some of the top stages, but yeah.
The last 10 is going to require you upgrade characters you do not want to up. Like you'll get at like
probably
9. What is it? 945? I can't remember. But it's like you're going to get within 10 and you're going to have to upgrade so many champions you wouldn't.
Sorry, I'm not that 804 out of 945. But there's some factions that I've been waiting for the right character because I really don't want to level up characters that I don't want to just to get it done. But she's so amazing that I just might do this sometime.
Yeah, but you're gonna get to like 938 and you're gonna realize that you're not even close.
Yeah,
when you get to 938.
Well, if I'm that close, like, I will upgrade some garbage characters just to get it done. But yeah. So that was our. Let's go to my number 2. So I was thinking about this a little bit. What characters that found me? Someone's gonna hate me in the comments because this is a total random character. But Strategos Islin was one of my first legendaries that I pulled in Raid's Shadow Legends. And and this was more in the part where it surprised me. Have you ever run into this guy in arena by himself?
No.
Never?
I actually
Never?
I do not know this guy.
You don't know this guy. Okay, so he's got this weird passive where whenever this champion is attacked, heal themselves for 1% for every 500 defense that he has.
I know this guy.
So if you stack him with defense and you can't kill him, he keeps healing himself, and he's baited me into like an arena stalemate where I just can't kill him, and he keeps healing himself.
Yep.
I
know this
his
guy.
Defense and resistance is through the roof, and I just can't do anything, and I have to quit out, and I lose.
Boilon, you're that guy.
It's the turtle. Turtle.
Where it's a loop. Yeah, you use a loop. Yeah. I played against this guy. Sometimes he will put this guy only on defense. He's the only character. He just stands there.
Yeah, right? And I'm like, I thought this is an easy win. Nope, I ended up having to back out because I can't kill him. But that's not actually why he's on this list. But it's actually because he's done a lot of things for me for my account that I was a little bit surprised about. So he's got a lot of buffs here on his A3. So he's got ally protection, AoE, defense, increased defense 60% AoE, counterattack on himself, shields on himself. So he's done really well in Fire Knight for me, but I'm also using him a lot right now in Hydra. So he does have a 2-hit attack that does provoke. So he's kind of giving me that overall really big protection on my team. So he does the provoke that I need for the Head of Decay. He's giving a lot of defensive buffs overall to the team. And also he does place a slow as a decreased speed debuff as well for 2 turns. And he can also decrease the duration of enemy buffs by 1 turn. So unfortunately it's only 1. It's kind of like Arbiters, when Arbiter does that.
Yeah.
But overall, like he's just as a defensive character, everything is just the combo. He's been he's not he's not rated super high by most players, but for me and my roster, because I just want to put that out there that this is based on my roster that I have, that he's really kind of surprised me.
But in Hydra, this would be super good. I mean, you can use slow in Hydra, which you can't use slow in all battles, right? But that's an AoE slow. Awesome, right? Then you've got the provoke. That's on a basic though, but
his reviews actually in the game are really like arena defense and Hydra. So those are like the 2 top ones. And I've recently been pushing Hydra a lot more. And so that's when I've kind of come to the realization that actually, his kit's actually pretty good for that.
Well, provoke is an ability block, essentially. I think
you pretty much have to have that because otherwise he cleanses. That head cleanses. So not having this is it makes your run significantly harder. And if you want to do higher difficulties, I think you have to have a provoke.
Have you got Visix to work? Have you got Visix on your account?
I don't think I have that character. Is that Dark Elf?
She's a free character. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, I'm not there yet on my login, so I think
But
we're not there
anyways,
yet.
yeah, Visix is going to be the character that's going to help quite a bit in Hydra. But anyways,
Mm.
and it's a free character, so it's free legendary.
This was just
Anyways, this is great.
this was one of my like first legendaries I pulled for my sacred shards, and at the time I was like, this is garbage, and I didn't do much with them.
No,
And
that's
then it
good.
was later. That's why the kind of the theme of this video here is that it wasn't until later that I realized his value. So, just
And then
wanted
he gives that the defense up for Mitch, so Mitch will do a lot more damage.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I actually have him on the same Hydra team as Mitch. So let's go into yours. Your number 2. I think I have it down here. Cheshire
Okay.
Cat.
Cheshire Cat Demon Spawn. So,
I didn't. I started playing when when the Alice all this Alice event stuff just started happening. So I never got the chance to be able. But I've seen him in the arena, and he's kicked my ass a lot.
Okay, so I had the opposite experience. Is like I would see this guy in the arena, and I would almost seek him out, and I would explode him.
Okay.
Like I just was like, yeah, this guy doesn't do anything but damage, and as long as I kill him first, it's fine. Like I was just like generally unimpressed against playing this guy in arena. But this is not why he's good. Now, first of all, he's got speed everywhere, so his aura is amazing.
Yeah.
Like you're going to use that in a lot of different places. Speed in any battle. And then he's going to start off with his go to his passive right here. It's attack all. If this enemy is under a veil or perfect veil buff, turn meter fill effects are 30% more effective.
Wow.
So good. If this champion is under a veil, perfect veil buff, champion attacks will ignore 15% of target defense and inflict 15% more damage. I got to tell you why that's so important. Like, I think when you start playing Raid Shadow Legend, you kind of like, I'm guessing, because you played a lot of these type of games, you understand that speed is important, right?
Speed's everything in this game too, of course.
Speed is everything in this game, and then you start getting introduced idea. Also in Raid Shadow Legends, accuracy is super important, right? You're like, oh my god, I need accuracy, everything.
Top two stats.
Then you start realizing that ignore defense is that type of stat also, where ignoring defense is like how you ramp up your damage. So, and then is whenever. So what happens is he's going to be able to put that perfect veil up once he's take a turn. I believe most of his attacks do that. Like go to
before attacking. So that's really nice. So that's basically activating the passive right there.
Yeah, and then go to the special, which is the A2 special is also kind of something.
If it kills an enemy, places perfect veils. Not as good as the A3, but yeah, still pretty good.
But that's not where the value is. So the basic right here will convert the A1 will convert to AoE.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. If under the perfect veil, which he's doing anyways, or if not, then the A1 does place it on him for next time.
So none of this impressed me until I figure out how it worked with Mad Hatter. And Mad Hatter is a Knight's Revenant, and what happens is he's going to have perfect veil a lot, which is super helpful in Hydra because then he's not getting the fear all the time. If you go to the A2 special right here, it says it puts hex everywhere, which means there's going to be tons of damage spread to all targets. Then, based on how many, it says the ally with the highest crit damage, which is going to be Cheshire Cat, will team up and join the attack. The ally joining the attack will use their default skill. He's going to have
AoE damage.
It's going to be AoE. The damage dealt by that ally joining the attack will increase by 10% each debuff on the target. Wow. So what happens is in Hydra, you stack all the negative effects, right? And you're going to have hex everywhere. So the damage is getting spread everywhere. And the Cheshire Cat's going to come in and do AoE damage. It's bonkers. Absolutely
big
bonkers.
And I'm glad we're talking about Hydra because that's where I'm trying to make the most progression right now. Unfortunately, I don't have these characters because I didn't, I just started playing right around these characters came out, and I haven't been lucky to pull any of them. But yeah, that combo sounds really crazy, and Hydra characters or more damage for Hydra is something that I'm looking for right now in my account. So sounds a lot of fun.
I thought Cheshire Cat, I thought Mad Hatter, and of course they came out in the same set, right? It's the Alice, and it just like I didn't realize like they were absolutely made to go together, and it's crazy. It's a crazy amount of damage, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, I didn't even know about any of that. I saw Cheshire Cat in the arena, and that's what I've been scared about. That's usually for me.
And this guy sat in my roster for months without me using him, and I couldn't figure out how to use him. And I was just like, and then I put them together. And so we were talking about what was it? Spider. I
Yeah.
can 3-man. I can the hardest difficulty in Spider 3-man it with Lydia, Mad Hatter, and Cheshire. Easy, a hard 10, just and then 2 food,
I'm
2
not quite I'm
champions
not
of
quite there
food.
yet. I'm still kind of hobbling along, making progression in the
Yeah.
hard mode dungeons,
Well,
but
so
I don't
that's
have
what's
as many
kind of
legendaries, I guess.
no. So that's what's weird about Raid Shadow Legends. Like, okay, like I'm trying to get to hard 10, right? And then it's like, well, you finally get to hard 10, right? And then you're like, okay, now how do I do it with less champions? How
Yeah,
do I do it faster? You know what I mean? So it changes. Like, there's more to it than just that, than just getting there and doing it.
absolutely. Yeah. So we're gonna come to my final character on this list, I guess here,
Hmm.
and that's gonna be a character who is actually rated pretty highly, but I actually didn't level them right away, which is crazy. Firrol the Barkhorn.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I just kind of saw him as like another, I don't know, a Christmas tree, a
I am
defensive
not.
character that I like. It didn't seem that great
I am
on the
not Groot.
surface. Yeah,
I am not Groot.
I'm fantasy Christmas Groot
Yeah, I'm
here.
not Groot.
He has, so where I used and where I'm getting the most value out of him, a lot of places, but it helped me to be able to clear Iron Twin Fortress 15 across the board,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
helps to get my my soul coins or whatever every single day. And also as a Hydra champion, we've been talking a lot about Hydra champions, it seems.
Hmm.
But his basic, being having speed down, decreased speed here, 100%. I actually don't have the books in there for the 100%, but it is
Hmm.
100% with the books to get decreased speed down. And if the target is a boss, ignores 20% of the target's resistance. So his accuracy requirements tend to be on the lower end. And also his A2 has the same kind of subtext there for the ignore 20% of target's resistance, decrease
Hmm.
accuracy, and block boss, which is also really great for Hydra, of course,
Hmm. Hmm.
having that, because you really need to make sure that you block the poison cloud and some of this other crap, or them trying to steal your buffs and spreading it, that kind of thing. The
Hmm.
decreased accuracy is just a little nice icing on the cake, but the fact that he's always ignoring the target's resistance means that his requirement to hit that accuracy cap is a little
Hmm.
bit lower. And then of course his A3 increases 50% resistance on all allies. Now, I don't normally do resistance type builds, right? Like I'm not usually going for this, but this does help. It helps, kind of occasionally resist things when I
Hmm.
have decent resistance. Perfect Veil,
Hmm.
also really nice because that's damage reduction. So he's basically like the kind of the trifecta of like all things kind of support and defensive in this
Well,
instance here.
the
And
perfect
then and then
veil
and then we're
is
not
so
at the
you.
passive yet, but
Oh yeah.
like if you have buffs, which when you're running in Hydra, of course, you're gonna have a lot of team buffs. And you're
Hmm.
getting more stuff every single. So for 2 buffs, you're getting 50 resistance. For 3 buffs, you're getting 50 accuracy. And with 4 buffs, you're getting 20% more damage. And that's big. The 20%. Maybe you need this guy with your Cheshire Cat and your Mad Hatter, because it's going to increase Cheshire
Yeah.
Cat's damage by
Oh yeah.
20%. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
he has a lot going for him, I think. And at first I was like, some of these other buffs, like, I don't really need all this stuff, right? But it was just like the combination, I guess, with the passive, it all started stacking up.
Well, so in Hydra, you pretty much have to have perfect veil, because otherwise you're going to get stuck with the fear from the blue head all the time. And the blue head won't apply. Well, it's specific to the blue head, won't apply the fear. And so there it's
Mm.
like you have to use Rector Draft or this guy right here if you don't want it, because every time you hit the blue head you're going to get fear.
Yeah, I
It's
hate that.
super annoying.
Yeah, it is really annoying.
And so you almost have to build a team around somebody like this or Rector Drath,
Yeah.
where that way you're not going to get stuck with the fear all the time. Now, there comes a place and a time where you do need resistance, but you don't want to put it on your team. So this is kind of
Hmm.
bonkers. You make him lead, you're going to get 60. If you go to his
Yeah.
passive, you're going to get another 50. Then you're going to get the increased resistance right there. This is going to
Yeah.
make up that gap that you wouldn't necessarily want to gear a character. And then the most important thing on this guy is actually in his passive when there's 4 buffs, where it's 20% more damage. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. So he is very good. I'm using him in Chimera. I'm using in Hydra. And he really, so I've been really focusing on Hydra. You know how there's 4 difficulties in Hydra? There's 4 different difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm able to do max chest on the last 3 now,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
you have to get super creative on that
Yeah,
when you're doing that.
we're only, and so unfortunately my clan, we're only doing normal and hard, so we have killed hard, which is nice, but we haven't really moved on to brutal because I think that people would have to stop doing normal to move that key up to brutal, and I don't think we're quite there yet. But definitely has helped propel me, in my progression in general. But kudos to you. Yeah, your nightmare. Wow.
No, but you're gonna get stuck. This guy is almost, so you have to have, so you pretty much every team that you're going into Hydra, you need to have a block buff, like from Ugo,
I forget which head it is, but it's...
Yeah. Well, you need to have it so they don't steal your buffs, right? And they don't get all the buffs on the team, because once they get all the buffs, you lose, right? So you have to go in with Ugo, you have to go in with Sun Wukong, or you can go in with Firrol. Firrol will be that one guy that will stop the buffs from that. That's a great team right there. So you got a couple.
This is one of my main teams actually that I run. So
yeah, so you're going to get a lot of stuff going on here, right? Firrol's going to give you the veil, so you're not being feared all the time. Mitch is going to take make sure if they do get any buffs, he cleanses them away. Firrol's going to put the block buff on there to prevent them from getting buffs. You got Tholan, who's just going to be massive amounts of damage.
He's my damage.
Yeah, and then you've got
the and more defensive stuff as well.
Yep.
The only thing I don't have is I don't have revive. So I'm kind of with this team. I'm just hoping I stay alive long enough in general that I don't need the revive. But if somebody dies, that's where a problem becomes, and probably on higher difficulties this will be a problem because I don't really.
Arbiter works really well. I just throw in Arbiter somewhere.
I don't know if I could, because Hotatsu gives some healing, and I don't know if I don't have any other healing otherwise. So I don't know if I could throw them in there. But I am really hoping one day I get I don't know, a Duchess Lilitu or some other some Pytheon, right? I've been chasing for ages. I've been chasing for ages and never got them.
You have Godseeker. Godseeker's heal plus revive, and she's amazing. Yeah, Godseeker is where I would go. You have Godseeker. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's heal. That's a heal revive character right there. Yeah.
But some amazing character. I mean, and that's just another example of a great epic, right? There's lots of great epics in Raid Shadow Legends that sometimes you don't even need legendaries, and that's the great part about this game. We can talk about this forever about that though.
Yeah, so you were talking about Fahrakin the Fat.
No.
You can take Godseeker plus Fahrakin the Fat and beat Sand Devil 25. Just those two.
You're gonna need to show me that. We'll have to talk about this later.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah,
I'm not there yet. I'm like 18 or something, so I need to make more progression there for sure. I mean, my account, I mean, I've been trying. I mean, am I pushing on all the dungeons all the time? No, but I am slowly making progress. And that's, I think, the amazing part about Raid Shadow Legends is that I feel like every day that I log into my game that I'm actually making progress. New things are happening. And, some other games that we're both playing, it doesn't feel like there's anything going on. You know what I mean?
So do Geomancer. Yeah. Geomancer's the last one, and we'll be done, right?
Geomancer? Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I hate to say this is probably the best epic in the game. I don't know of an epic that's better, really.
It's probably this, right? The passive.
Yeah, it's this. So this is the strategy: Geomancer plus 4. Go into, just take 4 supports. Somebody that heals, somebody that revives, somebody that does this, somebody that 4 supports, and I think you can get through. Like if you're up against a boss like inside of Doom Tower or Tower, the Iron Twins, whatever. It's just I'm surprised how much stuff works with that simple strategy. Like if you don't know what to do, Geomancer plus 4 support champions, there's a chance you're gonna win. Like if you're stuck, just try it. I swear to God, it works so many times. It's such a dumb thing. He's an HP based character, so he doesn't die. HP burn is going to do the damage, plus he reflects damage back, plus he also is preventing damage hitting the team, makes your team more durable, plus he has a turn meter reduction, plus he has AoE basic with accuracy down. This guy's probably just the best. He's the best epic in the game as far as I'm concerned. Nothing moved my account further forward than this guy right here. He helped me initially on Clan Boss. He helped me in all places in Doom Tower. He's not really good against waves, but I don't know. Just I've used him in so many places. He just wins. He just wins. If you used him as much as I have, I feel like
I actually got him really early on. I got him within the first month and a half. Actually, I got super lucky. I think I just pulled him randomly. He came out of an epic that I got randomly, and he's actually in my Iron Twins 15 team. Because the Iron Twin hurts a fair bit, but then he's reflecting that damage back when he's burned. So that is hurting him. And also the damage that he does that he reflects back to Iron Twin, it can actually get him to push past some of these damage thresholds as well, so he can skip kind of percentages as well. Same with Ice Golem as well. That if you can survive Ice Golem, but that part of the passive can skip those percentages.
Yeah, so that's where he's almost vital for that particular towers, because when you drop below those thresholds, like the 60%, 40%, he cleanses all the negative effects and takes another turn, right? And for some reason or another, that does not trigger with Geomancer's damage. So, do you use AOX?
I don't have it. No, it's a Lizardman. Okay. I don't have that character.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, well, that's another story. But anyways, yeah, he's a cheat code for that. I mean, I think that is the main way to get through, because that's where you're going to get your red stars, right? And the currency for your red stars, and it's kind of a key part of progression. And also, red stars they've kind of made red stars important because there's a function tied to the hard bosses tied to red stars. So it's like, it's part of the stacking progression is you kind of have to do well in that game mode. This guy's amazing. I love this guy. Just use him. If you have him, max him out. And if you're ever like struggling in any part of the game, just throw them together with your Arbiter and your Deacon and your Rector Drath and your Mausoleum Mage. Just throw them in with like 4 support champions and see what happens. I'm dead serious. Just try it. You'd be surprised how often it just works.
If you want more people to come to Raid Shadow Legends Plarium, you should make Geomancer a part of the promo code. I'm just saying,
I've asked so many times. You know how hard it was for me to get him to do Deacon Armstrong, and they was like, okay, fine.
This guy would be an amazing promo code champion, to start a new account or what have you. Because this guy's really good. Actually, I do think he's a top 5 epic for sure.
My understanding is he was an accident. Like they did
too good. You mean?
Yes. No, my understanding is that they really strongly considered nerfing him, and because it wasn't supposed to work the way, it wasn't supposed to be this good, and then they just left him alone. So he is probably accidentally good.
Well, he's accidentally good in the player's favor, so that's great to know.
Yep.
So that's our list there. I mean, obviously there could have been way more characters. There's so many characters in Raid Shadow Legends, and I think that's kind of the best part of the game, in my opinion, is that there are so many different characters that are good in their own right, that kind of fill these different roles. But you don't need to have that one character. Like you can use a variety of different characters to kind of beat different content, and most of our rosters are going to look different, right? Like mine's different from yours, and that's kind of the fun part about it, because then we get to talk about it in a video like this, where we get to share some of our favorite characters.
Yeah, actually one of the favorite things I've been doing is I've been playing my wife's cats, and it's so different than mine. She has like a Duchess Lola too, like you mentioned. It's like holy moly, she's got a Thor. She's got some bonkers characters, and I'm getting to her account and I start playing around with it, and it's like she is having a entirely different experience than me playing Raid Shadow Legends, and you will too.
There's my Newt. We talked about this guy on your video, but I just wanted to show him here on the screen.
Are you going to edit this video? Are you going to edit this video?
Nope. Probably not.
Oh, never mind then. I won't say what I want to say about you. I was going to say, screw you, Boilon.
You can still say that. Hey, no, that's fine.
You. Fuck you, Boilon, and getting your new.
Yeah.
I want to do.
It's near the end of the video. It's fine. It's okay for YouTube.
I don't care. Yeah,
I'm not a family friendly, or I don't click that button.
And Raid Shadow Legends doesn't care either. I found that they don't care. They're like, yeah, we'll do it.
But if you want to know more about why this guy is one of the best characters in the game, then you need to go over to Mobilegamer's video, and I talked about it there. So we're gonna wrap things up here, though.
Congratulations, by the way. I'm so jealous. You got the Charizard of Raid Shadow Legends.
But before we go, I'm gonna have to wrap this up with our usual CTA, right? We got Karato Fox Hunter. Oh, hey, you're still on the screen, but that's okay. Karato Fox Hunter, absolutely free of the Shadow King faction by using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen. You might also get a Mobilegamer with the QR code too. And you can also get yourself 3 amazing epics. Ugo, I don't know, is Mobilegamer an epic or a legendary? We get Ugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fane. At account level 10, 20, and 30, and also Tholan Falbeard. Let's see his reaction to Tholan Falbeard, the promo code like Demon Slayer.
I'm not opposed to that. But I think maybe that should be another video some other time.
Yeah,
we can debate.
I just wanted your live reaction of Tholan Falbeard.
Tholan Falbeard is amazing, and I've been getting good use out of him. but I could make a strong case.
There you go. Well, go check out his video where he talks about Sun Wukong and his impressions of that. Now I'm going to take you off the screen because I forgot you were there, and I'm going to do my outro. So I'll see you guys all on the next video. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I got you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I actually didn't know. I positioned your scene. I didn't know that you were still going to be on the screen there when I did the CTA. That's fine. No, that's fine. I don't care. There we go.